Ooh, awesome stuff. I can put this over here. Out the way. We do need to do a little bit of washing up, but that's fine. But what we do need to do... Pop that coleslaw on the back there, and that should be fine where it is. So what we do need to do... Aha. Is get those pork ribs out and have a look at them and see where we are with it. Oh my god, those pork ribs. Delicious. Be very, very careful, guys. Watch your hands. That reminds me of the days when I used to have my favourite job at all times, cooking in the army. Oh wow, that's fantastic. What, the coleslaw? Is that what reminds you, Colonel? You're so talented. It's become quite an entertainment thing to watch you. Sorry, do dishes that seem common, but you be uncommon for you. So it's nice to see like chili dogs and potato salad up there. Yeah, exactly. I don't mind whatever dishes we done. We did last week. What did we do last week? We did gumbo and we did the chicken enchiladas, or my kind of version of enchiladas. So yeah, it turned out fantastic. Really great flavors, and you guys seem to really enjoy it. We did tiramisu yesterday. That was spot on. It turned out really, really good. So yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying community weekends and getting you guys more involved with the stream. So you know, so you feel you're more part of it and you're enjoying it more. Do you know what I mean? It is. I am enjoying you guys getting more involved. Beautiful. These are perfect. These are very, very nice and soft. As you can see, they're starting to give way. As you can see, before they weren't bending, but I already can tell by bending it that much, they're not as stiff. They're quite more relaxed. So to me, yeah, the meat is nice and tender, and they are beautiful. So they are cooked. They are done. So I'm gonna turn the oven off for now because it's blooming warm in here. I'm so to say roasting a little bit myself, but that's fine. So what we're going to do now, we're keeping this liquor. We're not going to chuck this liquor away. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to reduce that down into a nice sticky substance. We're going to put that straight into the barbecue sauce, so we get some nice saltiness through there, some sticky, some richness going through that sauce. So really, really add another level of flavour to it. Might try this one. I just picked up some ribs on sale. Awesome. Yeah, you definitely should. It's very straightforward. It's not too. It does take some time though. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not like a 5-minute kind of job. But if you've got time to kill, and you know, it's definitely worth doing. It's nice to do now and again, for sure. But awesome. These potatoes are done as well. That can go off. We're reducing the heat. Thank God for that. So, right. I'm going to drain those potatoes off through a colander in the sink. We do need to do a little bit of washing up, but that's fine. We can get round to that very shortly. So let's drain these off. Watch your fingers, guys. Hot potatoes, quite literally. Cool stuff. So just leave them on there for a bit. So they're done nicely. They're slightly soft. They're not like mush. We don't want them to like really, really mushy, but they are. All the smoke in here. It's like a well, it is October, I suppose. It's like a smoky cauldron in here. Because I was doing everything by hand too, and I was always aiming for overkill in food quality. That's awesome. It sounds like you're a very passionate Colonel about food. Do you still do? Obviously, do you still do a lot of cooking at home? What was that? Cal, what are those beautiful chia seeds? Thank you so much for the bits, dude. Really appreciate those 45 bits. Thank you so much, my friend. I do feel like your baklava will be too decadent for me not to make the trip out to New Mexico to visit your restaurant. Baklava is one of my favourite desserts. Yeah, I mean, if that does, we will get around to doing baklava at some time, a healthier version of it. But I'm quite elaborated on how I want to tackle it, or might kind of diversitize it, do it in an alternative way. So we'll see how that kind of goes, really. But I'm looking forward to doing it whenever we do it. Darius, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream, my friend. And thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate that follow. And hope you're having a fantastic Sunday, my friend. Thank you so much. Right. So, we need... I'm just thinking what tray to use. Oh, I'll tell you what. I can always use a bit of bacon parchment, so it'll be fine. So I've got a tray here. I'm just going to get some bacon parchment as well. just to get the ribs out. Let's have a look. Yeah, that tray's starting to kind of rip up a bit, so I don't really want it to be directly on the tray. So I'm just going to put a bit of bacon parchment just to protect it a little bit, and plus it'll stop it sticking to the tray if it does. But either way, it's all good. No, I can't cook anymore. Skin on, hands damaged too badly. Rest in peace, cooking days. I truly enjoy watching you cooking. Oh, I'm really sorry, my friend. That's a bit sad that you can't, you know, do any more cooking. But I'm glad. It's nice to have you here. And I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, my friend. But you know, maybe that's something I want to kind of like, you know, try and help with, trying to get back into cooking if I can. But honestly, I appreciate you being here, my friend. And honestly, my thoughts with you as well, for sure. Spoon, that's what I was looking for. I was trying to elaborate and talk and trying to find something at the same time. Sometimes I can't multitask. But I do get there in the end. Right, so I don't want to break these ribs. Beautiful. So. Nice. Right, so you see all those pork juices? Right, we need to do some washing up very shortly. So all that pork juices that's in there, it's like a nice little delicious pile of flavour all smashed into one. So we're going to pop this into a pan very shortly. Braised meat sounds like a perfect way to enjoy a weekend. You're about. I'm going to go make a pot of coffee. No problem, hats and sandals guy. We'll still be here. Right, so what I intend to do, I might actually use this pan. Just give it a swill out because it's only had potatoes. Let's give it a bit of a wash. I will need to do some washing very shortly, so just give that a bit of a scrub. Give that a clean. Magic. So, and we'll put the sauce into here. We're going to start reducing that down. So, yeah, the ribs look super tender. They take about 2 to 3 hours, depending on the size of the ribs that you've got. So, you know, whichever's like kind of easiest for you guys more than anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour this straight into a pot. Beautiful. So what we're going to do is reduce this down now. So all this lovely flavour that we've got in here, bit of juice, bit of meat. I'm going to put this here for 5 minutes just to cool down before we start washing things up, and then we can get that washed up as well. So what I'm going to do with the sauce, right? I'm going to put this back on the stove, put it on a high heat. This is going to bubble down into a nice thick sticky liquor, and then we're going to mix this into the barbecue sauce as such. So it's fantastic. So yeah, the ribs, they're just about tender, so they're like, all the meat is like kind of near enough falling apart off the bones. I don't want to rip them, but they're pretty much there. So we'll pop these back in with the barbecue sauce on the top, and we'll roast them off later on when we need them. So we're also going to get the sweet corn, or the corn on the cob, on the go as well. So I'm going to get this into the fridge. I'm going to cover this up with a little bit of cling film, or I'm going to pop it in the fridge. It should be fine the way it is. It's only going to be in there for a short amount of time. Just keep that chilled. And we're going to get corn on the cob on as well. So we need to make the spice rub as well for the potatoes, and then we can get them roasted off when we put the barbecue ribs in. And then we should be starting to pull it all together, hopefully. Chef, I missed the part where you put the ribs in. What was the oven temp set to? The oven temp was set to 160 Celsius, which was 312 Fahrenheit, and we put it in there for about 2 to 3 hours, topped up with water as well. So fantastic. I want it in my belly. Phantom, welcome back. How are things with you? Ribs look super tender. Yeah, they really are falling apart, but they're still. I've cooked them to a point, as I said before, where they are very tender. The bones will literally pull off the meat, but they're still holding in their shape. So you want it like tender, but you still want to a point where it's, you know, it's still like kind of holding together, so to speak. So, you know, whichever's easiest for you. Rightio, so what I'm going to do, get a pan for corn on the cob, which I can hopefully fit the cobs in here. I'm hoping. Will they fit? That's a good question. They might not in this pan, because this pan might be a little bit too small. Yeah, it's a little bit too small. I thought it was. So what I'm going to do instead, have a look. I guess I'm going to have... I'll tell you what, I'm going to do some washing up, because there'll be a spare pan we can use for that. So let me just give this a swill out. Yeah, I got a pan in the sink, which I can use. So we're going to do some washing up very, very quickly, guys. And then we're going to do that. Writing every meat-related word down into a notebook. Awesome. Rib rub. That's a good word. Cheeky bit of rib rub. So what we're going to do, I've got our potatoes there. I'm going to put them on the side so they've dried out nicely. I'm going to fill the sink up with hot water now, guys. So get some hot water on the go. Do some washing up very, very quickly. Let's pop this out the way. So guys, if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask me any questions that you want to. I'm more than happy to answer and help you guys elaborate on anything that you want answered. So it is still sub-September, even though it's October now. They're extending the 50% off subs till the 18th. So if you're not subbed with the channel, it is 50% off. Even if you don't want to support, you can still support me by retweeting my Twitter posts, which I did this morning, which will help generate more traffic to the channel, and that will support me ever so much. So if you ever want to help me with the Twitter post, which I've got for today, please feel free to retweet the Twitter link in chat. And I'd appreciate that ever so much. If you can't sub and you want to support me any shape, way or form, or if you just want to chill, I'm cool with that. Lurk and chill. That's all good with me. But thank you so much for all the support, guys, you've been giving me. I really appreciate that ever so much. It means a lot. Right, so this is filling up now. Move the camera around so you guys can watch a little bit of sink washing up. Yes, was it liquid smoke thing or additional dish with a special solution in the oven? You mean for that smoky flavour that I've got into the ribs? I just used smoked paprika, my friend, to get that kind of smokiness on the go. So I didn't do anything kind of too special for it, for that kind of smoky kind of flavour. So I just used smoked paprika to get that smokiness. But it's turned out really, really good so far. But you could use, if you wanted to use a little bit of smoked liquid, I guess. A lot of barbecue sauce use a lot of smoked liquids to get that smoky kind of general flavour into sauces. So, I mean, you could use it. I've never really used much of them, but by all means, you know, as long as it hasn't got very much values of sugar and stuff in there, I don't see why not. So, cheeky little bit of washing up. So we're going to get this on the go now. So, switch around now. So yeah, if you got any questions, guys, please feel free. I'm just going to do some washing up now. So what we got to go, we're going to get the corn on next. We're going to get the spice rub done for the potatoes, and we're going to get that liquid reduced down. That's bubbling on the stove that you can see right there. That's from the pork, so we're going to cook that down until it's like really nice, sticky and gooey, and then just going to add that to the barbecue sauce, which will add another richness to it, and it'll add another like kind of level and flavour. So absolutely fantastic, really, really good. So just give this all a bit of a scrub.